All right, so we are back with session 2 of the night, yeah? Session 2. All right, so we just had grandma coming through and we were talking about stuff with dad. So do you have somebody else you want to talk to, or we just try to stay in that same tune of where we were?
Just seeing who comes up.
See who else comes through. See who else comes through. Grandma's like, oh, well, I'm not done talking. Well, I'm not done.
Never.
Let me just come back over here. Okay, so that was so cute how she said it. Well, if nobody else wants to talk, let me just come on in. I got plenty of talking to do. That's
That's
great.
where I get my personality from.
Yeah.
She literally would stop a room.
That's what I see. She just kind of looked around like, all right, well, come on. Come on, I'll talk then. Okay, so what do you want to talk about, Graham? Oh, she's just rubbing your cheeks. She loves your cheeks. She used to pinch them. Yeah.
Mhm.
She just like did this. She's doing this now. She's like, I just love her cheeks. She was so very fond of you. So very fond of you.
Yep. Still remember her chasing us around with her teeth, but yeah.
Chasing you around with her teeth.
Yeah, because she had those just dentures. So she was using a walker, so she would take her hand like this with her teeth and walk with the walker on the other hand.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I don't remember whose dad that was. Somebody's dad or grandpa came through and they had blown their teeth out. And
she done that in front of my brother one time, and my brother goes, Mama, Granny's falling apart.
It's falling apart. She's such a fun, like lighthearted energy. She's so energetic too. Like she's just like,
I remember everything about her, and she passed when I was in like kindergarten.
Oh
yeah, wow. I still remember everything about her.
That's awesome. Did she used to fix your hair and put bows in your hair? And did your mom get upset about the size of the bows or something? Because
my mom don't like big bows.
So. Yeah. She's like, she did not like the big bows. Hi, Johnny. Yeah, she's like, I love fixing her hair, but her mama she didn't know about it. She just did not like those big bows.
She don't like big bows.
She loved doing that. She loved doing that with you.
I remember her crocheting us stuff too.
Ooh. Did she used to make little doll dresses and stuff? Yeah.
I remember her making blankets and stuff. My grandpa did have some of her crocheting stuff still at his house. If his ex-wife didn't
learn how to do it.
I've tried and I can't get it for the life of me. She tried to teach me and then I tried to learn again. I just can't get it.
You can do it. YouTube, get you some tutorials. Craftsy, for real, craftsy.com. I think they have their membership, at least they did not too long ago, for $2.99 for the whole year, unlimited classes. Wow. And they have classes for everything on there, for like for sewing, knitting, crocheting, like paper craft, like t-shirt designs, like anything you can think of, cake decorating, like all of that stuff. And that's how I learned a lot of stuff that I've learned in life, is I just like get online courses for stuff like that and then figure it out and, you know, monetize it, do what I do. So anyway, yeah, you should do that. She's really like, she thinks that would be very soothing for you. I think that it's going to be something that will bring you a lot of peace. And you're like, yeah, right.
We used to bake, and like before I had my son, I would bake all the time.
Is that why
since I've had him, I kind of like step back.
Is that why I smell brownies right now? Did you make brownies all the time?
Used to make brownies, made chocolate. Last time I ever actually homemade baked something, I made a chocolate pound cake.
Ah, see, I'm just getting all the chocolate vibes over here. So yeah, just be available and allow yourself to learn, right? To learn new things and to be vulnerable. And it's okay if you don't get it in the first try, and you don't have to learn all the elaborate things. Like, I don't know how to do all the fancy things in crocheting, but I know a basic like double stitch or something. I don't even know what it's called. I couldn't tell you how to look it up, but I can tell you how to do it, and it'll make a blanket. And I made a blanket for all of my kids. And I actually haven't finished all of the ones for all of the adopted kids yet, because, you know, the other ones I got to do while I was pregnant with them, and I didn't do it with the other ones. And I'm really bad. I started all of them new blankets all at the same time. Lord have mercy. I just saw him in the garage the other day. I was like, oh, I need to do that again. But just a very basic stitch. And there's so much love and intention and time that goes into things like that. And that's something that your family will treasure forever. Like my firstborn son, I made his, and I made him a little hat. And he, like, to this day still has that blanket. And he's 18, almost 19 now. So you just might think about that. I'm just telling you, you just might think about it, because she's like, I think that would bring a lot. And that's another way that you can stay connected with her, and that she can even, like, it's like, she's just like, my presence is going to be there in a tangible sense whenever you do that, whenever you sit down and do that too. So yeah. Hi, whoever just came in and said hi. I didn't see who it was, but hi. So everybody's saying hi over there. So somebody came in. So, okay. So is there a test that you're having to take coming up or something? Are you anxious about something? I'm seeing like a pen and paper. And so I'm assuming, is this a test, or is it you having to write something? What is it that is coming up?
Nothing that I know, other than the custody agreement. That's the only thing.
Oh, well, that's it right there. You'd be signing the papers. Yeah. That's pretty nerve-wracking. Okay, it's not a test, but it's definitely signing papers. So, okay, so on that, they just want you to have a peace and a confidence and know that everything works out for you. Everything works.
Yeah, because I've been going back and forth between doing full custody or doing joint custody with his dad, because nobody in his dad's family's talked to his dad in weeks. I can't barely get a response out of him.
Yeah, he's definitely got a lot going on, as we saw in the cards. So definitely got a lot going on. Just the answers to that, get into meditation and ask your guides for wisdom and just confirmation. Ask them for a sign to show you which way you're supposed to go, that you'll know confidently which way you're supposed to go. Is he willing to sign either way, or is this going to be about?
He's willing to sign joint. If I go for full, I have to get a lawyer and everything.
Gotcha.
But even if I do joint custody, his mom is pretty much going to be the one watching our son. And I kind of don't want that all leaning against her, because then all the costs are going to go against her and everything else. And she refuses to take money from me.
Well, this is what I'll tell you, just from, an intuitive side, it would be that you have to not take the responsibility and not take ownership of what happens when he's supposed to have them or have him, right?
Well, I don't know she's going to get him. She's going to be the one that's going to keep him, because they've even told me the little bit of time he had him, he wouldn't really be home. And if he took him with him, he'd maybe be gone 30 minutes and then bringing him back.
Yeah. But that's something that you're going to have to be okay with. You're going to have to come to terms with the fact that you can't control what's happening over there. And if she wants that and she's willing to give him that, and you know that he's loved and things are safe and okay there, you just got to let that be.
Yeah, I just don't want the financial burden to be on her, because she refuses to get money from me. Like, I had to force her to take $40 last week to get him diapers and stuff.
But that's still also not your responsibility. Okay.
Yeah, I know it's not. It's just,
so you also are upholding your own blessings. Because how many times did you come in last week talking about, I wish I had money for this or that, right? And yet you're forcing someone to take money who said, I got this, I'll take care of it. That was a blessing.
It's because I know she doesn't.
But that's a blessing for you, and you can't go on what you know, because you don't know. You don't know.
I know she doesn't, because he took so much advantage from her.
Yeah.
She ended up having to get a whole new set of phones for her and her son, her younger son, because he let theirs get disconnected. So, and her car's down right now, so I know she didn't have the money to do it.
Gotcha.
So I wanted to do it.
But there are opportunities where somebody's trying to bless you in that way. You're like, the spiritual guidance that's coming through for you right now is, don't hinder your own blessings. Don't hold yourself up because of pride, that you just really want to be like, oh, let me take care of it. I can take care of everything. I'm good. I'm stable. You don't have to prove that to anyone.
Yeah, it's not that. It's when I do have it, because she done so much for me when me and him were together, I want to help her out.
That's sweet.
because he's took advantage of
Don't
her
that go
for
back
a
to
long
that
time.
self-sacrificing love card that I feel like you've gotten multiple times, right? That one where it's saying like you give and give and give and give and give, and you're so worried about everyone else. It's time for you to redirect that to yourself right now. Okay. Because you're still trying to focus on everybody else and you're not doing the inner healing work that needs to happen here. You're just like, let me deal with this. Let me deal with that. Let me deal with this. With that, you know? And
Yep.
the reality is like you're spinning around in the inside and you're just spiraling and it's going to keep going downward the more that you allow this distraction to be focused on everyone else. That's literally what's being brought forth right now, is that you are so avoidant of that inner work right now that you are really needing to like stop, drop, and roll, stop taking care of everyone else. The house is on fire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got to just come to terms with the fact that you aren't done on your healing journey, and that's okay. It's okay. I understand it's been a long time. You've done a lot of healing. You've come a long way, and I get it. I get it. I've been in that place earlier this week. Even I saw the 5 minutes. Sorry, I saw it and nodded, but I didn't say anything because I saw it. But I've been in that place recently, especially with just turning 40. Like all of those thoughts coming through my head of, I thought I would be so much different right now, but I'm so happy about how far I have come, because think about where you were 6 months ago.
I can look at how much I've been changed since his dad left.
Yeah.
I can look at how much I've changed since my dad passed. And I'm amazed by that. And I know I've still got healing to do, but I still want to help others.
But take care of you first, not with the leftovers. That's the problem, is you taking care of everybody else and you keep promising yourself you're going to take care of yourself. You the lady making cookies right now. You remember mustard and cookies. You the cookie lady right now. Y'all hear that, right? You hear her being the cookie lady, right? You know the cookie lady story? Do you know the story? You missed that story. Okay, so this is who you are being. This is the story that my guides and it was passed down, and this is just incredible. Okay, because I do this all the time. I think somebody on TikTok even mentioned it, but it's like where you go out and you make cookies for people, right? I have this cookie recipe. It's bomb. If y'all want it, it's legit good. Best, softest, fluffiest cookies you will ever have. Lots of chocolate. I use 3 different chocolates in them. Oh, so good. Y'all know I owned a bakery, right? So anyways, really, really good stuff. Has pudding in the mix. That's the secret. Keep it nice and fluffy. This recipe makes like 6 dozen cookies. It's a lot of cookies. Not too bad when you got 7 kids, right? So it never fazed me. But now, and over the last year and a half or so, I've only had 2 kids at home. So it's like, what do I do with all those damn cookies, right? Well, so I give even more away. Used to, I would make 2 or 3 batches so that we had, a batch for our family and then others to give out. But the empath, an unhealed empath who cares for everyone, feels everyone's feelings, right? 2 minutes left. Okay. They will go around and they will make all of those cookies and go around the neighborhood and deliver them to all the neighbors, and then go home and be like, oh, man, really wish I had some cookies. I just gave them all away. I wish somebody would have made me some cookies. Like, anybody got some cookies? Anybody gonna offer me a cookie? Well, it's all right. Nobody else can do that right now. Nobody else knows how to do. They don't have the recipe. I wouldn't like their cookies anyway. I'm just gonna make some more cookies. It'll be all right. I'm just gonna make some more cookies. It'll be all right. I'm gonna make more. And then you make 6 dozen more because you make another batch. By the time you get that batch done, you're like, oh, you know what? I've been baking all day and there's so many. I'll get myself later, because you know what? I need to take care of all the people at the other end of the cul-de-sac, because, I did it down here, but if I don't do it up there, Janie lives right down there and she's going to be so upset. And I'm going to go take cookies to everybody on the street. We're just going to make sure we get those. Oh, and the new neighbor that just moved in on the other corner, I better make sure that they get the cookies too, because everybody needs cookies. They need to know they're loved and that I'm going to take care of them. I'm going to support them. I'm here for them anytime they need it. And that this is sowing good seeds. Eventually they're going to come back and make cookies for me. It's going to be great. And it's going to be great. So then the little ones that you had set aside for you went to the new neighbor, and now you have no cookies. And you're sitting at home empty and alone, longing for cookies of which you had all the ingredients to make and provide for yourself and then abundantly to everyone else, but you chose to abundantly give to everyone else and not to yourself. So stop giving all the cookies away. Save some for
Trying.
you, you know? And that's funny because, you know, the other way. Oh my goodness, I needed that story. You haven't heard that story before? I use it a lot. I'm surprised. So yeah, mustard and cookies, that's what that was about. I run around giving all my cookies, you know, to all the neighbors, and then nobody else has what you have, you know? Like we think a lot of us who I just heard this. Wait a minute. I need to know. Does everybody not have the time to disconnect? Okay. Does everybody else not have thoughts in their head? You hear voices in your head, right? Like this is a common thing, is it not? Apparently it's not a common thing. You are not the voices in your head, right? And a lot of times that voice is critical and can be hypochondriacal, or however you say that. You know, there's always something wrong. There's always, you know, something negative. I just realized, because somebody told me like yesterday, I'm 40 and I was today years old, that I found out that a lot of people don't have that. It's like mostly empaths and healers and things like that, intuitives, and that we have that. And so we have to learn to silence that. Like I didn't know that was a thing, to not have that and to just be at peace and silence within your own thoughts. There's always somebody talking. Yeah, there's always something going on.
So somebody's like, hey, you need this.
So the goal is that you realize I am not my thoughts. I am not my emotions. I am me, and I am within, right? And this is just a body. This is a tool. The brain is a tool. The words are tools. My feelings are tools. So I need to figure out what lessons I'm supposed to learn and how I'm to utilize these tools to better myself so that I get to the next level soul-wise, right? Because reality is we're just here as part of this experience, you know? So yeah, I didn't know that either, that no, not everybody has that. So anyway, be grateful for the fact that you have the ability to hear those inner thoughts and to address them, and to, you know, deal with the growth, and to learn to sit back and to quiet the mind chatter. So take care of you first. That's your major message that you needed to hear, is you keep self-sacrificing and self-sabotaging for everyone else. So stop it. Stop it.
I'm trying.
Listen, Linda.
I known I was some type of healer for years, but it really set off after my dad passed.
Yeah.
Because we didn't really have anybody. At that point in time, about the only person we had was my grandma and my aunts, my uncles with my grandma. So I had to step up in different ways of actually being there for other people.
Yeah. And that's what usually happens, is that we are in a traumatic childhood. You know, we have to take care. Yes, I saw it was time. We were just talking, so I just let it keep going. Everybody was benefiting from that story. So, you know, we have to realize that even though we have that job, that responsibility of helping heal others, we can't do that if we're not first healed within here, because then we're just, you know, still stepping on toes that don't need to be stepped on, and bleeding on people that didn't cut us. So we got to be careful about that. So first, feed yourself first, just like with savings. How do you get out of a poverty mindset? You pay yourself first. You quit paying off debt first. You quit paying off everything else first. You pay yourself first, reward yourself first, because otherwise you're constantly paying off debt and never seeing the reward of any hard work. And then you're like, well, this was pointless, or this is frustrating, or whatever. You know, you got to reward yourself along the way. So even in self-healing and that self-care journey, part of that is being able to say yes to you, you know? So stop saying yes to everyone else and not saying yes to you. I know this was a yes to you tonight, because you wanted to do this for quite some time. So good job. And you got some good messages, some good downloads from your spirit team, you know, that give you some advice on how to move forward.
Yeah, I knew my dad would pop up and have to say something about that.
I don't know.
He always calls me out and stuff.
By the truck even. That was funny. Like, hold up, you don't know which one. Let me be clear. This one.
I knew he was going to say something about one of them.
Oh, he don't like it?
Because it's like, I'm not even entertaining them, really. I'm just talking to them. Like,
that's not what they think, and that's what matters.
Yep.
All right, love, I'm going to end this one, and I'll see you back in the live over there on TikTok. So see ya.